Hey, welcome back to my part 2 of Canada Work and Holiday. I'm really getting better at cutting. I found some videos I couldn't find in the beginning, and this one is way more visual. It is shorter. I just want to give you the really important information, not so much talking around. And I think you will already notice a difference. This is just a week of cutting experience. Here's some clips of the Niagara Falls light show that I really don't want to exclude you from. Enjoy. Yeah, seeing this in winter was absolutely terrific. It was really amazing. As cold as it was beautiful. And so I'm gonna pick you up. I'm coming back from America and coming back to Toronto. I stayed there for 3 days with friends, then going to Muskoka again, staying with a friend, and going back to the golf course because I wanted to meet the people again. I missed it. I wanted to see the nature without the beautiful leaves. I wanted to see the golf course in winter. You can see this over here. And then I jumped on the train via Riel, Chicago to Winnipeg. It was an amazing train ride through Ontario. I got picked up during the day, and the first day I spent in this bubble car. You have a beautiful view all around the train and you can really enjoy the scenery, but you also have to sleep in the passenger car if you don't have money for a sleeping car, which is really expensive. It was so cold that even between the cars there was snow inside. And I don't want to get into details about the train ride itself. There's a lot of videos out there already, but I think it was totally worth it. I had a lot of time to think, read, watch videos. One day I just meditated from morning to the evening. It was totally amazing. Having the sunrise, having the nature, having the sunset, I really loved it. And then I arrived in Winnipeg at minus 35 degrees Celsius plus wind chill, but I had this amazing bed and breakfast and it was so nice to have a good bed again. They made me feel really comfortable, and the first day in Winnipeg I wanted to spend walking around the city. I decided to do the loop. This is a walking tour in Winnipeg. It is amazing in summer, but this is how I looked at the beginning in winter, and this is how I looked after 2 hours in winter. It was minus 22, it was really chilly. I was probably the only insane tourist out there. But yeah, I wanted to see the city and I totally did the best out of the situation. I literally went everywhere in Winnipeg. On day 2, I did the Human Rights Museum, which is probably the main attraction, and I would really highly recommend going there. It is not that expensive. You see it here on the right hand side, and it is amazing. You learn so much about human rights and Canada. I also went ice skating. They have this park with the ice way, with the ice path where you can skate on. That was so cool. And on day 2, to warm up a little bit, I decided to go to Therme spa, which is a German sauna culture spa. I'm a big sauna fan and I totally enjoyed having this. So yeah, leaving Winnipeg after 3 days. This is Saskatchewan. I'll tell you a bit more about Saskatchewan later on. And I was coming to Jasper where I got stuck. But I got a hostel from the train company and they said, okay, you can go back to Edmonton afterwards. So I met some guys in the hostel and we did an amazing road trip together on day number 1. And I also thought about working in Jasper, but in my opinion this city is too small. The nature though is so beautiful. Also the snowboarding area. This is Marmot Basin. If you are okay with not having a big nightlife scene or big malls, then stay in Jasper. It is amazing there. After 4 days, I think, or 3 days, I left Jasper, going back to Edmonton. And I met 2 girls who lived in Edmonton. In Jasper, that was a coincidence. That was really amazing. We went out for partying in Edmonton together. Also went ice skating on this one lake in Edmonton. And I slept on a couch that I found on couch surfing. This is Art, and he offered me to show me around Edmonton as well. Really nice of him, and I'm still in contact with all the people I show you along the way. This is a weed shop. In Canada, weed is legal now, so I wanna show you how fancy weed can be. They really try to do the best out of it. It is not, sorry, sketchy like it is sometimes in Amsterdam. Yeah, the shops are really fancy. Here's a price list if you want to know more about this. Then I did the bus to Calgary, and in Calgary I stayed for 5 days, and I also walked around this city. So yeah, I didn't find much to do. I went to one museum. This is the library, really beautiful, a lot of books, highly recommendable. And I went on the Calgary Tower, where you have this amazing view on the Rocky Mountains. And I again went for the sunset. This is Calgary at night. Then I hitchhiked from Calgary to Banff. I waited for 20 minutes, and yeah, it is risky to do hitchhiking, but I wanted to try it. I wanted to do it more often afterwards, but as COVID happened, nobody would have taken me with them anymore. So yeah, this was the only time I hitchhiked, and we had a good conversation. I forgot my entire paperwork in the car, but she sent it to me, so everything came out fine. And then I was in Banff, the next big stop in my journey. And coming to Banff, I was completely broke. I was so glad that I got a job at HI Hostels Banff, where I could do 4 hours of housekeeping every day and stay there for free. Going to Lake Louise, this is Lake Louise in February, it is all the way frozen. I then relatively quick found a job in a hotel with accommodation as housekeeper, and in Earl's Kitchen as a line cook, where I learned to do prawn rolls like this. So things are getting better. 60 hours of work every week, and my days off I spend on the 3 nicest ski resorts I have ever seen. All of them are amazing, all of them are unique. And yeah, I went snowboarding with friends in Norway, snowboarding with friends in Sunshine, and then also my dad came to visit me. We went to Lake Louise together. He visited me with 2 friends. It was amazing. We planned this for a longer time, and they also said it is one of the nicest ski resorts they have ever been to. But then unfortunately in that week COVID happened and they had to leave a little bit earlier. I had only worked for 6 weeks at this time, and I wasn't doing bad, so I decided to stay in Canada until the money is gone. And then luckily I got the help program of the Canadian government as well. Everybody who lost their job through COVID got a $2,000 every month to keep living. And yeah, we social distance, and with my roommates I still went out on trips. We went snowboarding. This is probably one of the craziest things we did. We walked up a mountain and snowboarded down. This is double the speed. It was fucking slow because it wasn't powder anymore. It was thick snow, so from down you can see how slow it literally was. I was definitely in the best place to be in quarantine. We had all the nature, we had a lot of area to do social distancing. So, and also my tax came in. I did my tax with TurboTax. It is an online platform, and it was the easiest and fastest way to do my tax. I can highly recommend TurboTax, check it out if you ever need to do this during your year. And then all the plans changed. Usually I wanted to leave to Kelowna in summer and find work as a carpenter, But finding a work during the quarantine was pretty tough in Canada. And after being a carpenter, I wanted to save up money and do a road trip from Vancouver to Los Angeles. This was the plan from the beginning on. A friend wanted to go home, so he sold me his car, and yeah, from there on I had to improvise. I had no plan anymore. So I decided to take this car and go on a road trip on my own. I went camping. I slept in the back of the car for around 20 nights. Wildlife came back to Banff. This is amazing how the animals went into the city again. And yeah, this is also a tradition many people do. This is ice cold water, but I really wanted to try it out. It was too cold to stay in there for too long. And yeah, all the hikes that were possible we did. I probably never hiked as much in my life than I did in Canada, and I really started enjoying it. But then it was time to leave Banff. I was in contact with a girl I met in Winnipeg, and I decided to visit her. So I used my car and went on a 10-day road trip. This is my car in the middle of the Radium Hot Springs parking lot. There was nobody. Entire streets were empty. This is a list of all the cities I have been visiting during my road trip. I didn't stay in every city an entire day. In some cities I just looked around a little bit. But this really gave me an awesome opportunity to explore the entire country. I drove through Saskatchewan again. You probably remember it from my train trip. And as flat as the country is, it has some really beautiful points as well. You see a really, I filmed it too quick, a round view from a lookout in Saskatchewan, and also I can show you the legislative building. The sad thing about the road trip was that I couldn't get into any buildings, no malls, no museums, but that gave me time to focus on nature, and I really appreciated that. After 7 days of being alone, I was in Winnipeg, and from there on I started a road trip all the way Canada #1, Winnipeg to Vancouver. I went to Kamloops. This was my first destination, and also Lake Country, which is close to Kelowna. I did a hike every now and then, and yeah, I was doing things during the day. I was just not driving in the car. So everything I could do on my own, I did. And it was good to have all this time on my own. I had time to do yoga, fitness, and meditate. I booked an Airbnb or hostel now and then to get a shower in, and the rest of the days I slept in the car and cooked in my car and all those things. Yeah, Corona was never that bad, and I want to take all the fear from you. I got tested after coming back to Germany. I did never have this virus while I was in this beautiful country, so I really did my job. Right when I arrived in Vancouver, I also celebrated my 22nd birthday. I celebrated it on my own in an Airbnb, and just met up with one friend I already knew from Toronto. He introduced me to his entire clique, and I had a lot of people to hang out with right away. That was really amazing. They showed me around the city, and I really fell in love with the city from the first second. It is a really big city, but it is still so close to nature. This is the city cheering for all the essential workers every day at 7 p.m. I really loved this. And then I found a job right away as a carpenter. I met a girl that became my girlfriend and still is my girlfriend. And yeah, I decided to stay in Vancouver instead of going back to Kelowna. They have beautiful beaches, they have beautiful hikes, they have an amazing mentality. I got along with all the people I met, but unfortunately my college starts in October, so I had to plan coming home, and I had to quit my job, and with my girlfriend went for 1 week on Vancouver Island. We went to Long Beach, Tofino, we went surfing, We went ziplining in one of the most amazing zipline parks in the world. It is ecotourism. It is made by natives of Vancouver Island. So please check them out. They got some really nice shots of us. You will see them later.
So next introduction, we're on Vancouver Island. It's the 30th of July. Occasion with my baby. And we decided to surf today, of course.
It was the first time surfing for both of us. Just give it a shot. It is a lot of fun. And yeah, this is the zipline park. After camping for 5 days, we stayed in Victoria for 2 days and being glad to be back in the city. And then the hardest time began. I realized that it was time to say goodbye. I decided to start long distance with my girlfriend, and we are still happy with this decision. I drove my car all the way to Calgary, where I stopped in Banff just to see the sunrise at Moraine Lake. Meeting up with my roommates I spent a lot of time with during quarantine was also amazing. And in Calgary I got visited by the friends I met in Edmonton or in Jasper, whatever you want to put it, however you want to put it. Yeah, then I took a plane all the way back to Toronto to meet my friends in Toronto, and I also went to the golf course to play another round of golf and to meet those people again. It was really hard for me to leave Canada. I really fell in love with this country. I had so amazing experience. I learned a lot about nature, myself, and what I really want to do in life. I honestly appreciate how many amazing people I met during my journey, and with some of them I'm still in contact, and we all want to try to stay in contact. Those are really close and bonding friendships I have made. Yeah, what should I say for the end? I left my heart in a lot of places in Canada. I left my heart with a lot of people, and the biggest part of my heart is still in Vancouver. I plan on going back there as often as I can in life, and that this is just the beginning of a long friendship with this country. Yeah, it was time to go back home. It was time to see my parents and friends again, because something I've learned in Toronto is that home is where the heart is.